Okay, everybody, I got a cool new way to use ramen noodles. And, really to begin with, ramen noodles is something that's been around for years. I used to eat it in the dorms in college. It was like the cheapest, quickest, chicken noodle soup. But, had MSG back then, no artificial flavors, no added MSG, which is really good now. It's the original ramen noodles. I like the chicken flavor. You could use the beef or the shrimp, adding some chicken or shrimp or beef to it. But we're going to just do vegetables and keep it kind of like vegetarian, except maybe for the chicken seasoning or the chicken flavor. So, what you got is your ramen noodles. Going to pick that up, add it to some boiling water, which is boiling right here. And we'll get that going for a little while and boil. And you want to start off with some petite baby bok choy, which you can get at Wegmans or any kind of supermarket. Really cheap, it's like $2.50 for a bag. And I want to say there's like little 20 sprouts in there of bok choy or little baby bok choy here that I've cut up. Baby bell mushrooms. I like the big mushrooms, but cut them up and slice them thin. Some scallions, some fresh scallions, slice them up for some flavor. Got some carrot chips, thinly slice those up for flavor. And then finally some snow peas and rinse them all. So I've rinsed them all really well, cut them up for what I needed, and we've got our ramen noodle boiling. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to add my bok choy. So we're going to take bok choy and put that in. So we got the bok choy in there. And you can add as much as you want, but I've got 2 little sprouts of bok choy in here, so that's going. Then I'm going to take my carrots. So let's see if we can get all the carrots in here, and we're going to put carrots in there. Really good carrots, good for your eyes. Let's get all the carrots. And then we're going to take our mushrooms and get that all going. So we're going to add mushrooms to this. And we're going to add mushrooms to that. And let's get our baby snow peas and add that to it. And then finally some scallions for some taste. So put some scallions in there. All healthy stuff, all really good for you. This time of year with all the weather kind of going back and forth from hot to cold. What is it, like 71 degrees today here in the southern tier of New York. And I'm sure in a couple of days it's going to be back down to 30, and we'll probably get a big, huge snowstorm. So anyway, all that's cooking in the pot. Let me go get a spoon and we can start stirring it. So really good flavorful stuff in here you've got going on in here. And like I said, you can add more vegetables if you want. For my purposes, I might add some more bok choy later. But as you're going, the ramen noodles are getting cooked up and separated, and you've got all your vegetables. And then once this is done, you want to add your chicken flavoring. And again, you can use the ramen flavored beef, the ramen flavored shrimp, but again, I prefer the ramen chicken and a little packet of chicken seasoning. Or you can probably do this really healthy and get some Swanson chicken broth or something. But all of this stuff is really inexpensive. I mean, like I said, this is $2. My baby bell mushrooms were like $1.75. My carrots were like probably the most expensive at $2.99. My scallions were like 60 cents. And my baby snow peas were probably like, less than $1.50. And again, your ramen noodles, you can get 6 in a pack for like $2.50 at Wegmans or any other supermarket. But let's get back to all our ingredients in here. They're cooking. And then we're going to add our seasoning. So let's go get our ramen seasoning. And we'll get that all packed off to one end. And we'll put in our seasoning. Okay, so we got our seasoning in there, and I'm gonna stir that all up. Like I said, that looks really good on a hot day, and it's all healthy for you. It's not, It's a good fulfilling meal, and again, you can add chicken if you'd like, some pieces of roasted chicken, or if you have the shrimp flavored ramen, you can add some fresh shrimp, or if you have the beef flavored ramen, you can add maybe some pieces of, cut up flank steak or roast beef. But I mean, this looks really, really good. You're gonna let it sit for a few minutes until the noodles get to the tender that you like them. Some people like them just cooked, so they're kind of like al dente, or you can make them really mushy noodles, but I like, in between. But again, this is a really great soup, really easy to do. Again, all the ingredients you can add whatever you would like, but again, I added the stuff I like to make it like a noodle soup, because in my town we don't really have any great Chinese places that have noodle soup. I miss that about New York City, and living in New Jersey, you used to be able to go down to a Chinatown and find all these places that had noodle soup with ginger and all kinds of cool things. So again, this looks really, really good. So anyway, that is my take. I'm going to let it simmer a little bit just to get the noodles cooked a little bit more, and the seasoning and the vegetables a little bit crispy. And like I said, it could take you less than 10 minutes to make. I took you about 6 minutes to do this, and I'll let it cook for like another 2 or 3 minutes, and then it'll be great. And it's a great, healthy, hearty, good dinner, lunch, whenever you'd like it. But this is for me a late dinner snack. Glass of water, glass of wine. But again, you can add chicken, you can add shrimp, you can add beef to whatever ramen noodles you pick. But an easy recipe, and again, that looks really good and really tasty. So ramen noodles, really healthy way to make that a nice snack or treat, or a meal for your family. All right, guys, take care. Thanks again.